In Papua New Guinea, a growing wave of witch hunts is sweeping across the country. Women accused of causing sickness and deaths by sorcery are being brutally tortured and executed. With authorities struggling to contain the violence, the deaths of innocent women are going unpunished. I'm Steve Chow. On this edition of 101 East, we investigate the dark and violent side of Papua New Guinea's ancient practices.
The Pacific island nation of Papua New Guinea is home to some of the world's most ancient traditions and mysterious rituals. But belief in black magic is casting a shadow over this country of 7 million.
The
torture and killing of suspected sorcerers is growing, with innocent people subjected to horrifying witch hunts.
They attack the women and really torture them, and the treatment that they give to the women is really inhuman.
As Papua New Guinea's police force struggles to contain the spread of witch hunts, it has been criticised for committing its own human rights abuses.
I'm just grabbing them now, fighting them like there's no more.
To investigate the violent world of sorcery killings, I'm travelling to the rugged highlands region in the heart of the country. Chimbu province has one of the highest numbers of witch hunts, and I've come to meet one of the survivors. Alone in her village, Dini Coral lives with the memories of a brutal attack. She was set upon by 5 teenagers armed with machetes, accused of causing the death of her son through witchcraft.
I'm finding too classic. Sick dog and them go big plan. I'm in die. I'm in die now. Same time I'm in die. All magi all come na me stop house me all come na kisi me ko na all fighting. All to awesome. Lig man in die ya. Otok you sanguma na you sanguma longem na I'm in die. All to awesome all come fighting.
Locked in an abandoned house, she was tortured over several hours.
Me do say all fighting me no sim night na all limbus night na one me na boat na ikamya na okat skin do me na boat lo this lab na lo this lab to kamosemo kat me sen or puti one plan night lo ye I'm going to na bruge kitni blomi na me day stab na I'm all ko.
Dini showed me the scars from the attack.
All put a knife to this lab, yeah. Have to. Knife. All put it inside.
Dini spent more than a year in hospital, but with nowhere else to go, she returned to the community that attacked her.
Ni bago stab lo na papa mi tok ni ba stab ora ta so. Ro ko kam na luk lo mi na mi stab ya mi tin go na samra ten wari boy kilimi na mi baindai.
In many parts of the highlands, medical explanations for sickness and death are rejected. Most believe witchcraft to be the cause of physical illness, with vulnerable women subjected to witch hunts by groups of young men, and the entire village often gathers as spectators to the abuse. In Chimbu's main town of Kundiawa, suspicion of sorcery is so widespread that merely discussing witchcraft could lead to attack. For survivors, the only support comes from human rights volunteers like Monica Paulus. Monica travels throughout the highlands, finding survivors of witch hunts and moving them out of danger. She became a volunteer after meeting Dini Coral.
The first time I went there to help out, I was just traumatized. When I see the tortures that Dini went through, it was a really shocking thing in my life. And I was thinking, This is really inhuman. I don't think any human being could do this to any woman. It's very risky doing this work.
Monica says the nature of her work means she too often becomes the target of violence.
Automatically, the people think like you are doing this work because you are a sorcerer yourself. That's why you are trying to defend your kind. So it's very risky. But if we don't do it, who's gonna do it? That's the thing.
Monica has brought me to the General Hospital, where she is checking on the welfare of a baby orphaned by a recent witch hunt.
Time I'm 3 months old. I'm losing mama blame. Time I'll kill mama blame. At the same time, papa blame dying. I'll kill mama blame. I'm so a big baby.
The child's mother, Mara Soare, was tortured and killed following the death of her husband. The man's family refused to accept that he died of natural causes and blamed Mara for causing his death through sorcery.
Because if there is a man's death in a community, automatically they accuse the woman, the wife, to be the sorcerer.
Apala Endi was Mara's friend and neighbour and told me she heard a woman's screams soon after news of the husband's death reached the village.
Olmangi ben kukim waya lo fire lo house lo ke fire na kukim main na mojo kukilo fire ya o kukim no tingo kukim lo skin longem ya haini o kukilo skin blem na dislakain.
Mara's remains were found in a shallow grave less than 50 metres from her village. She had been burnt and suffered deep wounds from machetes and axes. In her village, the house she was tortured in has been abandoned out of fear of evil spirits. Apala is now caring for Mara's baby.
Baby, all come give me that soul now. You all him stop. So been lo 2 days now. Me are all been kill him na planning finish.
Most of the village witnessed the attack, but refused to speak to police out of fear they too will be targeted.
No me to sem narvla fire. So me no navlo sem me ba tog no gat na dislaka ni sawe.
On my travels throughout the highlands, I hear harrowing tales of atrocities in almost every village. Perpetrators speak openly of killing witches, with no remorse and little regret. This is Marcus Konia. He admits to taking part in an horrific attack on a village woman accused of sorcery.
Because mangi this la sick find me mi blog lausik all togos no gat sick. Mi blog tok la sanguma now.
Marcus and a group of men soon identified a suspect who they tortured for hours.
Narla boya mabim kwan la drive la stick ya yari. Mabim na putin led lo mala na finish. So I kill him mala day. One shot time give him straight lo head blame na. Abim tupla stick abim lo tupla one time one double head blame give him straight lo head blame na. Crew blame come out nam die. Time mibla walk him also mibla come walk him through inside the community na inside the house line. Lo community ogada become witness na looking.
Marcus says he feels protected by the remoteness of the village and is not afraid of being caught.
I'm bilum blame stop ya. Na whole clothes blame. Mibla karma bim lo sell now mibla come put dabe bim to all go down. Na grass grow sem na all in thing was mat le ya. Na all family too in looks awesome. Mala mibla planning mim lo slap.
Marcus told me he no longer joins in the killing of accused witches, but fear of sorcery power is spreading. Wherever I go in the country, nearly every person I meet believes in witchcraft.
Sorcery is part of the Melanesian worldview. It is a belief that a person possesses a creature, within him or her that has a potential to cause sickness or death of another person.
Jack Urame is a leading researcher of sorcery belief and has published extensively on witch killings.
It is important for people who are educated to explain that sickness and death are caused by, bacteria or virus or, these kind of things. We have to change the belief system of the people, to change the mindset.
Witch hunts typically begin during Papua New Guinea's traditional funeral service, known as the house cry.
House cry is a house of mourning. When someone dies, those who are suspected of possessing the witchcraft power are brought to that central place. And they try to, interrogate, they try to make them tell whether they are responsible for the sick or for the death or not.
Many that survived the attacks are later abandoned by their families, shunned and isolated from the rest of the village. But in some cases, families show immense bravery in defending their loved ones from witch hunts. Mary Peter was attacked by 7 men armed with machetes during a funeral service for a baby.
Na mi konta blouse, all boys all stab long house man. Na plenty old man married to stab. Mitla no wok mon blasani los lapia, all boys all kiram na tok. You tasol you sanguma na sangoni pikinini. You kaigen pikinini baby name die.
Mary's husband, Peter Carley, dragged her to safety as she was being attacked, but not before the witch hunt had inflicted serious injuries.
Magloya busnev go magloya na kamo go toleya o go tsla skinny come out. Na number 2 em kati mem loya na tsla skinny come karma binus na abai blongem.
After the attack, Peter and his wife were held at gunpoint before escaping into the mountains.
Mi wari lo lai blongem na mi karim na mi kamochet. Mi feeling fen no gutru. Mi cry one time na mi karim em come out. Now one time all figni drop na about na tsla mi feeling fen no gutru lo lewa blomi.
Nem tok mi soro no gutru lo lusim you em tok. Mi tla one time be go out lo one map you go long en em tok. One em kai you kai mi ba kai na. You sleep lo one em sandi mi pasta one time em to se na mi sore no gutru. Na mi alright long em pasta one time mi tu.
Several weeks after I first met human rights defender Monica Paulus, I travelled to her home. But when I arrive, a neighbour shows me an empty house and Monica's few possessions either stolen or destroyed. I'm told a group of young men armed with guns and machetes broke in during the night. I find Monica several hours away. She says an early warning allowed her to escape.
Someone told me I must not stay in the house. So I moved. In the morning when I came back, the house was broken into.
Monica was targeted for preventing the torture of a 9-year-old girl accused of sorcery. The witch hunt began after a baby drowned in a nearby river.
They left the baby on the side of the river bank, and with the other kids, they were playing. When they turned around, they realized that the baby was not at the river bank that they left, so the baby must have got drowned and was carried away by the river already.
An orphan without family protection, the 9-year-old girl was immediately singled out as a sorcerer and blamed for the death.
They locked her in the house and they started questioning her as to how she killed the baby. When I asked her, she told me, they said, if you did not admit, we're going to kill you. So out of fear, she told them that she did witchcraft on the baby, but actually she didn't do anything, she said. So I knew there would be a lot of danger involved, and there would be a lot of accusation at the back of what I've been doing, but I really felt that I should really help her.
Now a victim herself, Monica tells me she's thinking of stopping her work, helping others.
It's like I'm getting really tired and I can't move on, and I feel like there are times that I feel like I just quit what I'm doing and just, sit back and think about myself and what I should do and all this. Because when I look and think about it, it's like There's no support and there's no security guaranteed at all.
Most of the victims of sorcery attacks are women, but sometimes men are pursued. Norbert Sill and his mother Angela died of deep wounds to the head, inflicted with machetes and axes. Their bodies were thrown into a communal toilet pit, a final indignity common to sorcery killings. Police told me they could not find the men responsible, but as I discovered, one of them wanted for questioning still lives at the crime scene. Are Maima denies having any involvement, but gives a detailed account of the witch hunt.
Only got some little suspect lo, all kind of sem lo sanguma, sorcery. So all come and up, all come solna, all come looking one plaman, suspect man stop there. So all just so him neck blend. I'm come close to lo up, so him neck blend finish, close to me run away, I'm all put him knife close to. Na Angela time all plan the man to contribute inside. I'm kissing mama's plan, come there, lose him.
The attackers then turned to the mother of the murdered man.
I'm coming straight now. I'm going to Banisna. I'm just pushing him come outside now. Chop neck blend there. Now I'm put down there.
A period of feudal violence followed in retribution for the killings. Entire villages were burnt down and people were forced from their homes. But there were no regrets for the witch hunt.
Problem, every blame you want all man belat no kuturu jela all entire community. You want arre blame no suspect genosem emigat sangumatu. Mama blame gimem emigat so. And that jela mo also be make blame. Kill him down. Jela san no can come bien mo. Nejam balance him.
The brother of the victim, Moses Sill, told me he was angry the killers remained free and said he was preparing to take the law into his own hands.
Na on gamano no mi so mi tintino mi mantu so mi tintino baim gan namot na mi kat bigla tintino so mi leksim live lo osem tu tribla namot mixim bimbe kat belisi mi tingo se na mi ka mait le sta one time all family lo mi all this la nim mi bla right man blo memory flight em osem all mani kilim norbet lo em kat one bla pigni man na mi kat one bla pigni man so time to bla bigla to bla by redeem na em to bla still by so na all this la line come em osem birwa by stop for a lifetime.
Most victims of sorcery attacks can expect little help from the law. Police in Papua New Guinea are understaffed and under-resourced. Corruption is rife, and witchcraft has such an entrenched following in this country that police often lack the will and motivation to investigate.
Okay.
Michael Welsh is the senior commander of Kundiawa Police Station. As a local man with strong beliefs, he says witch hunts are necessary to protect people from sorcery.
There is sorcery in existence, and the result is when we see somebody die. The police cannot arrest the sorcerer himself or herself.
Commander Welsh dismisses the global condemnation of Papua New Guinea's witch hunts and says outside views should not be imposed on the country.
We don't really see that it's human rights abuse. When it comes to sorcery cases, the sorcerer does not have any rights. And if we get rid of them, then I think we will have no human rights abuse to anyone.
If you get rid of the sorcerers, there won't be any abuses of anyone. How exactly do you get rid of a sorcerer?
We kill them. We just go ahead and kill them.
Many survivors don't report attacks because they say police will never investigate, but others refuse to give up. Several months after he rescued his wife Mary from attack, I find Peter Carley outside the police station. He has identified one of the suspects to police.
Same time, me stop the bus stop, na me looking to la.
Narbla suspect me go down no me come talking about police finish. For police talking me, you stand up here, you watch man.
Peter is angry that police have not investigated the witch hunt that nearly killed his wife.
So now community is involved now.
That's all not taking one action. Tintin globally now we are more system or also more like money. Nah, all the bravery number to taking action now.
Determined they arrest the man, Peter spends several hours detailing the case to police. Eventually, officers make their move.
People are arresting you, at them of Medaya. So policeman black see lava got the report police was in blood and Katium La Mary, Los suspect Los Sangoma. You clear Los Arts Blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Police made the arrest, but investigations of witch hunts are extremely rare. But with growing international outrage to sorcery killings, police are slowly being pressured to take action. Francis Arpa is a detective with the homicide squad and says police often find it difficult to investigate witch hunts.
Administration problem lo manpower lo conducting rate na kese molman islami lo sa panim sam hardship league.
After reports of a witch hunt in the north of the province, officers agree for me to join a search for the perpetrators.
Lo chimbo raga terenem one bagan big lo obstacle we. Mi lo sa panimar lo gonchal ausland sometimes.
Police often enlist relatives of the victims and local villagers to help catch the suspects. After travelling with the boys for several hours, one of the suspects is spotted by the side of the road. Police and the villagers attempt to arrest him. Although one man gets away, a second suspect is captured and taken into custody, and one of the recruits begins a brutal assault.
I'm going to take you to you.
I want the suspect. Give me come here. It's one of the prime suspect. So give me arrest him. You go back. I'm offending him. No, some again. You should legally force now. Okay, help me one bell. I don't me plus police supposed to work him working, but I'm help him. I'm just grabbing him now, fighting him legally. There's no more. You like when me let him go out there? No, you know.
The police are also involved in causing a lot of abuses in human rights. When you look at it, the police brutality. When a perpetrator is brought before that, you will see them start punching them, and then, to me, it's like they don't know enough about the human rights. So there should be a lot of training, and they should also have patience in them when handling cases also.
Inside your house line.
Undeterred by the threats to her life, Monica continues to help the victims of witch hunts and is urging the national government to stem this spiralling human rights disaster.
The government of Papua New Guinea has to look seriously into these cases, and they should work with the human rights defenders on the ground, the community leaders, the police. Everyone has to get involved because the violence is really getting out of hand and it's really increasing. In one way or the other, the government, the people, the leaders, everyone has to work together.
Monica is one of the lone voices brave enough to speak out against the brutality of witch hunts. But few are listening, and fear of sorcery is growing. Attacks against the innocent are spreading across Papua New Guinea and becoming more brazen. And as the number of people tortured continues to rise, the horror of sorcery killings may have only just begun.